the Scottish population has never been in majority in favour of breaking up the union. That's a fact.
Yeah.
But it's also an inevitability that whoever is in charge of the SNP, they have no option. They're trapped in a hellish way into always and only pushing for independence. They are a single issue protest group, the Scottish National Party, and they have to always push for independence. That's it for them. They're trapped into it in a sort of Kafkaesque hell. Whether they think there's any support for it or not, they have no option but to go there. But yeah, there's another poll, and I don't know how much weight I ever really put in these snap polls. But anyway, there you go. 39% apparently is as low as it's fallen at the moment. I've never really felt that support for Scottish independence has been much above that. Apart from the occasional freakish high water mark that comes along, but the whole thing, that clip that you played of Humza Yousaf's
by whatever
there,
means necessary. That's shocking language, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the thing, Nicola Sturgeon, you give the devil its due. She had some game when it came to politics. Not least a survival instinct. She had an aptitude for protecting herself when she was in the spotlight of publicity. As you pointed out with that other clip, Humza Yousaf can't even go a scooter. He doesn't have any of that natural survival instinct. And the fact that he has declared that he's promoting himself as the continuity candidate, I find absolutely bizarre, because Nicola's plan to secure Scottish separation didn't work when Nicola was in charge of it herself. Why on earth would it work with Humza Yousaf, who's a serial failure, in charge of that plan? Bring on the day, honestly, when Humza Yousaf is duly appointed First Minister, because it means that the prospects of the Scottish National Party will just drift further and further into oblivion. I genuinely look forward to with relish what the wider political community up here in Scotland and in Westminster does with someone as hapless and inept as Humza Yousaf.
I know it's going to be great. And doesn't this speak to a much wider point about what's going on in politics across the globe, Neil? Because, look, I agree with you. I don't ever believe any individual poll, but I do think you can look at the trends, and I think what the trends tell you is that the Scottish population outside of the SNP would much prefer a sensible candidate like Kate Forbes. I don't think she's sensible on a lot of economic issues, but I'm talking about the social, the moral issues, the whole J.K. Rowling trans debate. They would much prefer someone like her than a continuity Sturgeon candidate. But the political establishment, the MSM, they don't give a damn. They have decided that useless Yousaf is their man.
Yes, it's bizarre. I think it's that continuation of that idea that my enemy's enemy is my friend. I think they instinctively perceive that Humza Yousaf will continue to take the same stances as Nicola Sturgeon, and that therefore will be an opponent to all of those political ideologies and ideas that the mainstream media are opposed to instinctively. And that continuity candidate in the form of Humza Yousaf is what they will want. Yeah, it would be. I think a lot of Scots would be much more interested to hear from Kate Forbes, because she absolutely comes across as her own person. She comes across as having a very clearly defined set of morals. She's got she's got traditional ideas about a lot of things. She's a devout Christian. Now it means that whether you're for that or against that, you have a sense of what Kate Forbes is. You can see what she stands for. Where someone like Humza Yousaf is much more, I would say, just in the line of so many politicians who just say whatever it is they think will get them out of the particular specific predicament that they're in.